So think about this from Kamala Harris's perspective. So this is probably, in some ways, kind of a dream come true for her. So she was running for president, so she wanted to be a president, or at least she had some aspirations for more political power, apparently. And she fails miserably when she's running for president. But she does get selected to be vice president, so she gets to enjoy a certain level of fame and power through that. At the same time, excuse me, it's been a little brutal. Like, some of her patterns of speech have been, widely mocked, and so it's, and, she's been given, like, she was given a very, the border to handle, like hey, let's just give the gnarliest or most unpleasant, untouchable thing for the Democrats, basically, I suppose, is the border security. And let's just give that to Kamala. It's like, yeah, great. So she got, to be fair, she didn't get a great project to work on as far as like a project that would just easily make her look great, right? So, anyway, so she gets some negative press, but then, I think her standing has actually kind of been rising a little bit in recent days because of people discussing the fact of her maybe stepping up to be the nominee. She's been out there campaigning, so she's been on the trail talking to people, and I've not heard as much of like really lame or really strange patterns of speaking from her recently. So they might have got that cleaned up too, and so for her, you think about her from her perspective, like if indeed this is the actual Kamala, if it's not an actor, who knows? Maybe it's an actor. But if it's not an actor, for her, it's just kind of like a dream come true, right? Like, in a way, it would have been cool. I mean, in a way, maybe she was hoping, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe she was hoping Biden would just die so she could just become an instant president. But if that's not going to happen, this is probably kind of the next best scenario in which she's the heir apparent. There's not enough time to get a more appealing, more widely respected, Democratic governor in, maybe, or none that want to sully their name. So, at least to this point, it's not clear that there is. And so this is kind of the perfect setup to her to have, like, she's already got name recognition. Now she's got a couple months to come in, try to fire some shots at Trump and see what she comes up with before the general election. So, I believe that the general election is going to be closer than what it seems like at the moment. So at the moment, it seems like, yeah, Kamala, she's not proven to be a political powerhouse, and Trump is going to, in his campaign, is going to run roughshod over her, and it's going to be, it seems like it could be getting close to landslide territory. That's possible, but I don't actually think I don't actually think landslide is too likely. I think that based on, because I subscribe more to the Alan Lightman school of thought, that presidential elections are more predicted by these various factors he outlines than they are by the personality of the person running. So because of that, I think that if the issues are narrowly in favor of the Republicans, that the Republicans will narrowly win. So that's kind of my prediction at this point. See how the polling data goes. I think that there will be a lot of people, after all the hubbub about Biden, I think by comparison, Kamala now looks like a pretty easy Democrat to support. She's not senile, so far as we can tell. And so, she's a fresh face. She's got more energy and more vigor to throw at this thing. And it seems like, for the most part, anyone who leans Democratic, even if it's not apparent that Kamala really believes in much of anything besides abortion, apparently, and probably, she's. I don't know if she is a Washington insider, but she strikes me as someone who will essentially be a Washington insider, right? So I don't think she's going to run any kind of anti-establishment sort of campaign. Now, oddly, kind of oddly to me, the progressives seem to be very quick to sign up with her. So I don't know if it's just the abortion issue, and they feel like she'll push. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's a little bit confusing to me. I don't know what kind of financial policies she would push. She doesn't seem like she would be very outside the status quo. It's not clear that she has the backbone to push anything meaningful that would require courage. Particularly courage against the establishment and all of that. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. So I think she'll be kind of an easy choice for most Democrats. Anybody who leans Democrat, basically. You score a couple extra points for being inclusive by voting for her, and I think it's an easy. I think for most Democrats, it's going to be an easy one. I think she is going to probably take some of those suburban female votes that Donald Trump is allegedly, famous for losing, or that demographic is kind of famous for losing, and needs to try to make some ground up there maybe. I think she is going to make it closer there than what maybe Biden would have possibly. So I think the end result is going to be the election is going to be closer. I do believe Trump is going to win. However, I have not heard Alan Weichman's final prediction yet. I'm probably going to put quite a bit of stock into that. And of course, I will also probably consider prophecies and those kinds of things as well. But I do think that I do think that according to, if I understand Alan Weichman's keys, I think that some of one or two of the keys, like in terms of incumbency and contest, to me, some of those keys feel like they could be shakier with Kamala than they were with Biden. So I don't know if we're going to see a meaningful uptick on. Am I just going against what I just said? I think we may see a little uptick on the support for Kamala compared to kind of the. I feel like the support for Kamala is going to be closer to Biden like 2 months ago. I kind of feel like that's where she's going to top out maybe, and so she'll do reasonably well, maybe, but I don't think it'll be good enough. So anyway, there's my political commentary, and if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you.